opening, I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening, I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening, I am opening. My heart is ready to receive.
And so let's take a moment right now and consider, what do we want to be open to? We can unconsciously be open to what the whole world is thinking and believing, or the energy in the room, but to make a conscious choice guided by what's in your heart and decide, I am open to this, is a very powerful step to take. And so let's do that right now. Let's choose what we are open here for right now, the good that we want to receive, the wisdom, the answer, the healing, whatever it is. Be open to that and let the lesser be less. And so it is.
I am open, I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening, I am opening. My heart is ready to receive.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I just wanted you to check your Facebook.
I don't have my phone.
You don't have your phone. Anyone have Facebook?
I do, you're on.
I'm on.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to move this. Oh. And I would like everyone who's here. And my name is Regina Quinn, by the way. It's been a busy morning there at the center. I want to hand this out. It's what an affirmative prayer is. And the reason why I'm handing it out is because for the last couple of weeks, we've been emphasizing spiritual mind treatment. And this is so that you have a nice handout as to what a spiritual mind treatment is. So I will read that to you. A spiritual mind treatment is an affirmative prayer. It's affirmative prayer. It is a prayer that declares a spiritual truth. For example, when Jesus the Christ spoke the word, his healing statement was declared with great power and conviction. He didn't say, oh please God, let Lazarus be healed. He said, Lazarus, come forth. Affirmative prayer is a recognition of Spirit's omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence. Got that?
Yes.
All right. And the realization of humanity's unity with Spirit. And that's from the Science of Mind textbook. So, affirmative prayer is a powerful method for setting the creative process into motion. It is a direct focus and organized method using 5 steps to get your desired outcome. So let's read the steps, the 5 steps. The first step is recognition, which is God is. So that's where we say all the attributes that we know and we believe that God is. Harmony, orders, power, knowledge, intelligence, inspiration, light, guidance. We recognize the God. And that God is number 2?
Unification.
I didn't hear that.
Unification.
Unification, the I am. We are one with this divine presence. The God is and I am. It's the God in us. We're one. No separation. Number 3. What is number 3?
Realization.
Realization. Thank you. Speaking into reality your desired good. It's the unfolding. Now that you recognize God and you recognize that you are one with God, therefore, unfolding in your experience is what your desire is. Got that? Okay.
Okay.
And then we give thanksgiving. Number 5. Say that.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. It's our gratitude to know this truth, to allow this truth to be. It's our gratitude. And then we release it. We send it to the law, but it's already in the law. That's what you have to understand. We verbally send it to the law, or we think it to the law, but it's already in the law. Remember, because there's no separation. There's one. And we know that the law makes it so. It is so. And we end it by saying,
And so it is.
And so it is. Okay, great. So now it's practice time. Practice. 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 You have to practice it. You have to practice it, Bliss. The more you practice it, the more it embodies within you. Now, and it works. It works. I was telling my prayer partner that I just got a notice from my book coach that she felt that my book is a powerful manuscript. It's a powerful story. I'm thrilled. It's about 12, 13 years in the making. So you don't give up on things. You leave it in the hands of the divine, and that divine in you, you allow it to unfold in your experience. You don't, anytime you want to give up, you send it to the give up counter, wherever it is. You release it, you put it in a balloon, you let it go, because you're not giving up on nothing. You don't give up. You let it be so. And in your patience and understanding, allowing the powerful God within you to do the work, it gets done. So I'm just thrilled about that. I also gave you a handout about from November 2025 affirmations. And when I sit down, I'll pass that to those of you who don't have it. But I'm promoting the Science of Mind magazine, because the Science of Mind magazine has daily guides for each day of the month. And they're wonderful. They're wonderful. And there's also daily affirmations. I get an email and it gives me the daily affirmations. So there's affirmations for November 1st, November 2nd. And I think these are but from David Volk. So each day, take the time to be it fully. Allow yourself to be it fully. Now, there's one other thing I need to say, and it's about who's coming up. I think I have it. I know I have it. I found it, and where is it? It's, oh, here we go. No, that's not it. It's about, wait a minute, hold on. Let me see. Is that it? Yeah. Sorry, virtual land. Should have been here. Should have seen where I'm at. Next Sunday, Michelle Wadley is going to be here. And under that, I have love, absolutely. Okay, we cannot study love enough. Love in its simple form offers us pleasure and enjoyment. Love in its grandest forms heals and transforms all that it comes into contact with. You get to choose what your relationship with love looks like. The following Sunday will be Susan Mead, our practitioner, and she has the Art of Sacred. The Sunday talk will be followed by a free workshop on creating a personal sacred agreement. And she says it'll be ending at about 12:50, her workshop. So please come to enjoy that. And on Wednesday, every Wednesday at 12 o'clock, there's a peace meditation. And it's lovely. If you have not participated yet, we invite you to join us on Zoom. The link is in the weekly emails and also on our Facebook page. So John Herron sends a weekly email this Sunday, usually says this Sunday, and the link will be in there for the Wednesday meeting. And on December the 14th, we're going to have a giving tree. And that's where we're going to understand, well, and I guess Susan will talk about it, what we're going to collect for those who we know would appreciate it. So that's December the 14th. So put that on your calendar. Thank you very much. That was a lot, I know. Enjoy the service.
There's love that's spirit flow, infinite presence is all that we know. Mind, will, soul, think it true. Love is here in all that we do. One with light, one with grace. God in action, time and space. No more fear, no more lack. Love moves forward, but never back. Leading to love, let's go guide. Truth within, no need to hide. How peace and joy to find. Infinite love is forever mine. Leading to love that's spirit flow. Infinite presence, all that we know. Mind, peace, soul, think it true. Love is here in all that we do. Love is here, all that we do.
Thank you, Reverend Rich. That was beautiful. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We have a little private joke going here with each step we take.
Yes.
Kind of stick to the floor a little bit.
Squelching we hate.
And so today, this bowl is in the note A, and it's for the pineal gland. And I'm just going to play for a brief moment, for about a minute, to clear and bless the energy in the room. going to do a guided meditation on stepping into our greatness. Find a comfortable position. Close your eyes. Let your body soften into the surface beneath you. Arriving in presence, let's take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. Let the mind settle like dust falling gently to the earth. Let the shoulders drop, the jaw relax, and the breath become easy and full. As Ernest Holmes reminds us, the divine plan is one of freedom. Bondage is not God ordained. Right now, with this breath, you step into freedom. Freedom from smallness, from fear, from the illusion that you are anything less than magnificent. Awakening to the infinite within. Bring your attention to the center of your being, that still point of light, wisdom, and power. This is your connection to the infinite. This is the part of you that has never been broken, never been diminished. Ernest Holmes said, "There is something within you that is greater than anything that you shall ever meet in the outer world." Let those words echo through you. There is something within you, vast, luminous, eternal. Breathe it in. Feel it awaken. On releasing limitation. As you breathe, imagine that with every exhale, old stories and self-doubt drift away like mist dissolving in sunlight. Say to yourself silently, "I am willing to see myself as the universe sees me, powerful, capable, radiant." Holmes said, "Life is a mirror and will reflect back to the thinker what he thinks into it, what he or she thinks into it." So now, think greatness. See yourself as you truly are, a vessel of divine intelligence, a co-creator with life itself. You are not here to shrink. You are here to shine. On embodying greatness. Imagine yourself standing in a tall field of golden light. This light represents your divine potential, the infinite possibilities that await your yes. Feel that golden light infuse your body with confidence, clarity, and peace. Your heart expands with courage. Your mind fills with certainty. Ernest Holmes said, "All the power of the universe is with you. Feel it, know it, and then act as if it were true. Feel it, know it, and then act as though it were true." You are using those forces now, the power of thought, intention, and love. With each breath, you align more deeply with the truth. I am the living expression of infinite possibility. On stepping forward. Visualize yourself taking a step forward into this golden field, a symbolic step into your greatness. As your foot touches the ground, the earth responds with a wave of support, grounding your vision in reality. Holmes said, Prepare your mind to receive the best that life has to offer. You are ready, you are guided, you are supported by the same intelligence that moves galaxies and causes the flowers to bloom. Let gratitude rise within you for who you are, for what you are becoming, and for the limitless life unfolding through you. And returning to the present, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, feel yourself return gently to this moment. Bring awareness to your body, to the space around you. Know that the greatness you touched is not something to reach for. It is who you already are. Ernest Holmes said, "You are a center in the divine mind, and the universe flows through you in an ever and expanding expression of peace, love, and power." And in this moment, I speak this word for each one listening, online, in the room, and in the future. There is one life, that life is God, that life is present, that life is each one's life now. There is one infinite love, one divine peace, and one infinite joy. It is the infinite spirit, ever expanding, everywhere present, all-knowing, the pure intelligence of God reigns supreme. It is operating in, through, as, and around each one. Each one is magnifying and amplifying the desires within their heart. And I know that desires are of God, and I know that the power of the infinite spirit moves through, in, and around each one, allowing each one to co-create their magnificent life. And so each one sheds the old, all of the old stories that no longer work, that are too small to contain the vastness of each one. And each one aligns with the infinite spirit, the greatness, the expansiveness, the infinity of the infinite spirit. And each one shapes his or her dreams with this power, with this massive intelligence, and allows a life to unfold beyond what each one thought possible. Each one is living that life now with the power, intelligence, and joy of spirit, constantly guided, guarded, directed, and protected. Each one moves forward with ease, with grace, and always with joy and love. I am so grateful to know this truth. I release it into God's loving law, and I know the law knows how to make it so. And join with me in saying,
So it is.
Reverend Rich.
There I go.
Thank you.
It's going to be a company now, too.
Yeah.
There's a silence in the morning when the stars still linger low. I sit here with my longing for the truth I've yet to know. Not a whisper, not a thunder, but a silver strong here, where my heart begins to wander, my soul begins to clear. Driving deep where the current runs slow, where the dreamer meets the doer, and the river starts to flow. In the chamber of the heart, where the seeds of wonder grow, I'm diving deep into the all I've come to know. into the flame. Let the winds of pure emotion call the truth I will not name. For the flows ever guiding like a river knows the sea. And the art is in the finding of the love that flows with me. I'm diving deep where the voices are still, where the quiet paints a vision and the pulse becomes the will. In the garden of the mind, where love is shaping the hill, I'm diving deep in the world begins to feel. I'm diving deep where the voices are still, where the quiet paints a vision and the pulse begins to will. In the garden of the mind, love is shaping every hand. I'm diving deep, and the world begins to fill. I'm diving deep, and the world begins to fill. And now it's time for Reverend Dr. Karen Kushner to squelch her way to the front of the room and give us all of our words of wisdom. All right, no squelching.
No squelching.
Squelch free zone.
All right, okay. All right, so thank you all for having me here again. And we are continuing to focus on affirmative prayer, spiritual mind treatment, we like to call it, to be clear about the technique that we're using. And I thought today we would focus a bit on our earthly bodies, since we're squelching so loudly here. And realizing that our body is made up of our beliefs and nothing else. So I thought I would read a couple of little words from Dr. Ernest Holmes. This is my copy of the Science of Mind textbook. And he says, man's or woman's, right, outward life is a result of the subjective state of his or her thought. So our outward life, including our earthly bodies, is a result of the subjective state of our thought. That's our unconscious thoughts. Because I may have said before, right, our conscious thought, we only have one thought at a time. Right? How many conscious thoughts do you have right now? Count them. One at a time. It moves, so it's always a different thought, right? It moves very quickly, but that's our conscious mind. So where are all the thoughts that we're going to be thinking in the next second? And where are all the thoughts that we were just thinking? They're all in the unconscious mind. Okay, so there's a lot in the unconscious mind. And that's why it can make our entire outer world. The thinker is our conscious mind, he says. So that's where we have choice. But when we think, we let fall the forms of our thought into the subjective mind, which is that law or that part that creates our worlds. So that unconscious mind, I called it to be simple. It's the subjective mind, another name. But the reason why it's called subjective is because it's subject to our conscious thoughts. And it creates our bodies. So the unconscious thinking of us, or the subconscious mind, is creating our body and our entire world out of what's in it, which is our beliefs. Like it or not. And then he goes on to say, into this world, we project an idea of ourselves as personalities. So even my human personality is a projection of what I think of myself. It's not a projection of what other people think of me. It's a projection of what I think of me. And so, let's face it, nobody else is thinking about you. Right? You're not thinking about me right now. You're thinking about yourself. And rightly so. We're designed that way. So all your thoughts, the law of creation is assuming what you want to. Okay, so as Regina said, omniscient means it knows everything, and omnipotent means it's all powerful and everywhere present, omnipresence. So being intelligent, it thinks that what you are thinking about yourself is what you want to become. It takes us at our belief. So, as a result, everything we are thinking and believing is getting projected into our whole world. Our whole world, right, all around us is infinite. So, all our beliefs within us are infinite. There's infinite thoughts within us. And that's what we see. And right now we're all in agreement that the floor beneath us is sticky, and we're all sticking to it nicely. We're all in agreement. So somewhere in me is a bunch of beliefs about the floor and its condition. And we're all believing that. Why? Because we're all sticking to it. I didn't choose to think that thought, right? Did you, when you come in, expect it, today I'm going to make my presence known? Anybody say that? Right? So, but we joined into the belief in this building when we entered it. It was there, but when we entered it, we entered into the belief of this building, and that's why we're all sticking to the ground. We didn't have to, but unconsciously we just did, right? We just thought, oh, I'm just going to go here and I'm going to sit and, I'm going to use the chairs, I'm going to use the floor, I'm going to, it wasn't all conscious, right? How many of us had any conscious thought about the condition of this building before we got here? Reverend Rich had a conscious thought. Okay. All right. So for the rest of us, we just accepted what was here before we came. And so we want to, in a sense, what we need to understand, which is so important, is before we woke up on this planet in this form, the human race had been thinking what it's like to be a human for centuries. And when we became human and entered this world, we just took on what the human race believes about humans. That's all, right? We enter the building, we squeak on the floor. We enter the human race, we get the full benefit of what the human race has been thinking and believing about itself, all inherited in us, in our unconscious minds. So a whole lot of what the human race has been thinking, I'm not conscious of. But I inherit it. We all have it. So we all have the sum total of what the human race has been thinking, and that's not very helpful. Except if we don't want to feel bad about ourselves. We can blame the whole human race. The devil made me do it. No, there's not the devil. The human race made me do it. The building made me do it. But what we want to realize is our conscious thought, and I'm not sure if it was Regina or Deejah who said that our conscious thought is where the power is over our worlds that get created. Your conscious mind is the only place where you get to choose, where you get to stamp what you want into this world that's getting created around you. And if you're not using your conscious mind, then you get what the whole human race is believing. If we're not using our conscious mind, then we get what the building is like when we show up. So we want to be aware of this and take full ownership of this ability to consciously choose. Because when we do consciously choose, that conscious thought is more powerful than the sum total of all the beliefs that are in our subconscious mind. And we want to realize that. Now that's why affirmative prayer is so powerful and why we use it. It's a technique to choose what we want to have created for ourselves. So we're choosing, and in that spiritual mind treatment that we do, we're telling that law to disregard everything that's in my unconscious mind and the world human race and create this instead for me. That's our step 3, realization. We decide what we want to experience. So we do that, and we're practicing it, and then we're reporting with each other our results. So our human body is, look at this human body, each one of them, look at your earthly bodies. Admire something about your earthly body, right? How pretty. There's a lot to an earthly body. There's cells, there's atoms, there's tissues, there's bones in there, there's sinews. I don't even know what a sinew is, but we've got them. And there's organs, and everything's functioning. What is it all getting created out of? It's getting created out of my beliefs about me. My beliefs about me. I remember when my niece, as a little baby growing up, the first time she noticed a freckle on her arm, she freaked. She came to me, "What's this? What's this?" She was trying to rub it off, like, where did this freckle come from? And I went, oh, welcome to the human race. It came from the human race belief. The human race belief that we can be affected by our environment. That's where the freckle came from. Her first freckle. Nothing could be done. So check out your freckles. Or your spots, or whatever you got. Age spots. Where do you get the age spots? Good question. It wasn't a question, but let's go there. It is, again, the belief that being on the planet a long time is having an effect on you. So let's open it up to your questions. What would you like to know about what I have said so far, or about your earthly bodies, or what's showing up, or a specific condition, or specific disease, or a specific problem? Let's ask those. Let's get those questions rolling in. Yes, Deejah.
What do you do when you treat it for a long time and it doesn't seem as if your demonstration is happening?
What do you do if you've treated for a long time and it doesn't seem as if your demonstration is happening? Well, let's see. Should we give up?
No.
Okay. Right. So what Ernest Holmes has to say is the right way would be to determine to think peace, whether there appeared to be any reason to expect that peace would be forthcoming in the experience. In other words, first of all, let's take a step back. I'm treating for something, and it appears as if nothing is happening in the way that I wanted it to happen so far. Now, what Dr. Ernest Holmes and Raymond Charles Barker, I just taught the Making Great Decisions course, would say, if nothing appears to be happening, what we do is we go back and check our thinking. Because we may be doing that spiritual work in an affirmative prayer, but then everything else about our believing and our acting and our doing is in opposition to what we are telling the law to do. So the law of creation, we are directing it. I'm saying, I want perfect health. I want to have a perfect straight back. And it is needing to use me to demonstrate that straight back by standing erectly. But if I'm used to and still insist upon slumping in my chair, which I love, watching the TV or slumping over my phone, my whole body and attitude and unconscious choice to slump is in opposition to that which I have told the law I want to stand erect. And so the law it's getting confusing messages. And it's like, well, I guess she didn't really mean it in that treatment because I told her to sit up straight and she's not. You know, she says she wants to stand and sit erect and yet she's not. Yet she has the ability to do it. I'm giving her that ability to do it, but she needs to own and accept the gift that she's being given. So that's what we say when you're doing that spiritual work and nothing seems to be demonstrating, then you need to check, am I cooperating with what I have decided for myself? Because usually we have to change our ways to be in agreement with what the creative law is guiding us. We get to choose. I want an erect back, like I'm standing nice and straight while I'm talking about this. We want that erect back, but then that requires me to stand erect and to sit erect and to have my feet on the floor and to hold myself alert and chest up and shoulders back and relaxed here and the neck. And it hurts because I'm so used to being comfortable, right? We want to be comfortable. So being comfortable, having been perhaps a life choice, is in opposition to that standing erect, which requires core muscles, which personally I don't like to use. But you know, these muscles around here are very important to stand erect. And as I first start to stand erect after a lifetime of schlumping, it hurts. It's not used to standing like that, right? I'm not comfortable. I need all new chairs. I ruined my couch during COVID, schlumping in a corner, very, very comfortably. So do you see how our habits and our life choices and that desire to be comfortable might be overruling that one spiritual mind treatment we do a day to stand erect, to have that nice straight back, the spine all aligned? We have to cooperate. So the other wonderful thing about spiritual mind treatment that we don't realize until we're well into this teaching is we have to change. That wasn't part of my plan when I first joined this teaching, right? I just like, look, I'll do a treatment and then magically God will create something. And then I was disappointed when it didn't happen. And then I remember discovering bit by bit, oh, I have to cooperate in this world. So again, that law of creation is using everything in my thinking, everything in my belief, everything in my habits, everything in my posture. It's factoring all that in when it's creating that body that I'm telling it to create. And yeah, I have to change differently. The reason why I'm talking about the straight back is I had some sort of pain somewhere in the body, and I went to a chiropractor. And the first thing he said is, so when you're sitting, how do you sit? I'm like, like this. Exactly. And he's like, you got to stop it. I'm like, what do you mean I got to stop it? He's like, that's going to make you hurt. You hear that pain, particular pain you have? It's because of the way you're sitting. I'm like, oh, I have to change? I don't want to change because I really, I'm all cozy and comfy. Sorry. Maybe if I continue to stand erect and practice standing erect and sitting erect, maybe that won't be as uncomfortable. Maybe that will become my new comfort level. But I'm not there yet. I still have to cooperate. Does that make sense? Is that a good answer to that little question there, right? All right, other questions?
So,
Yes, Marky.
all right. So, why did my body happen to break in the foot inside twice in a year?
Okay, all right. So first of all, no blame, no shame. It's not like I did it. No. The human race belief, the force is strong within you, my dear. The human race belief is what causes things like that to happen. So what you need to realize is, in some way, I had been accepting unconsciously, unknowingly, unawarely, the human race belief, and this human race belief is showing up in your world. That's all that happened. Because you may have made a conscious thought and then cooperated with the human race belief at the same time. So you have a mix going on. And breakage is usually a sign of believing that God is sometimes with us and sometimes not. So, right, because there's a break. So you have nice, continuous something, omnipresence. God is always with me. And then the human race believes, whoops, but not now. God left me right there. And so that's what causes that human race break experience. So it's not Margit's conscious mind, nothing wrong with your conscious mind, it's the human race's unconscious that you've inherited, and your own personal experiences of sometimes God's not there for me, right? And that's what the human race also believes too. So yeah, sometimes you think that, God, where are you? Where? Even Jesus, right? On the cross, what did he say?
Why hast thou forsaken me?
Why hast thou forsaken me, right? So it's a human race belief that we all experience. And then what we want to know to reverse that is God is always there with me, for me. Always. Always. Now that requires, right, a whole lot of conscious choosing to get that belief in you. That's all. That's all that happened.
And does it have any meaning that it was twice the same left foot?
Yes, it does have. It has a very definite meaning. So whatever happened the first time, you, for whatever reason, didn't understand or didn't have the guidance, whatever, to know what to do to change it. So it just came back to let you know, you're still working on this one, honey. That's all. Now, right, have you ever had that experience where you're working on something, let's say, what happens to the human race, right? Colds, flus, that kind of thing. So when you start claiming, I am healthy, I am healthy, I am healthy, you'll notice the colds and the flus for a while, if you're like me, kept happening in me. But what Dr. Ernest Holmes tells us is you don't agree with it when it happens. So you keep saying, no, it is not a cold. It is just a suggestion from the human race, and I claim I am healthy. And then we have to cooperate with the wisdom that's given to us, because we've got to change our attitude about that whole earthly human experience. And you'll notice that if you keep at it year after year, through the ups and downs of the physical symptoms that go through you, you'll notice that it will happen less frequently, it'll be shorter duration, it'll be less severe when it happens to you. So it's okay if it takes some time for us to fully get an unconscious embodiment of the conscious decision we make, right? The topic is it begins with me and ends, right? It begins with my conscious choice, and then I have to stay with my conscious choice continuously until my body is showing it. So that's a lot of staying power. Someone has said, and I agree, the hardest thing in this teaching is to keep on keeping on. It's not hard to make a decision, right? But then we go outside and throw the decision out the window, right? We go, oh, the world, hello, or the news, or what I just read on my Facebook page. We become aware of that, and we forget the decision that we made. But that decision we make will demonstrate as our experience to the degree that we have stuck with it, that we have stayed with that decision. And if we get, sometimes my back is nice and straight, and sometimes I have a little pain here or there. that's just telling me I'm not fully agreeing and cooperating with the decision I make. And for me, I forget. I make so many decisions, right? I forgot. I was sitting on the couch, I fell asleep, I forgot. I was asleep like this or something, you know. But it's okay. We are forgiven. We are forgiven if we make that same mistake. We are forgiven. And the forgiveness happens as soon as we go, oh yeah, that's right. I made a decision for a straight back. I choose it again. Straight back, straight back, straight back. We don't use our willpower to heal ourselves. The most important use of the willpower that we have is to keep our conscious thought directed to what we've decided. That's the hardest piece, right? Because we're all over the place. Because the world is so interesting, so fascinating, so full of interesting suggestions, scary suggestions, right? Okay, good. Another question? Yes.
Could you elaborate on the subconscious mind? Because it just, to me, appears to be a building entity, basically.
Yes.
That drives you unconsciously if you're not aware of it. So could you kind of
Just chat
blossom
about it.
into? Yes.
Yeah. So the subconscious mind is infinite. It's infinite. And what we call your subconscious mind, my subconscious mind, is actually a part of the universal subconscious mind. So God's infinite mind is present within all mind. So in your subconscious, my subconscious, the infinite mind. So that's the good news, because in the infinite subconscious mind, the universal subconscious mind, are the ideas of truth. Are God's perfect ideas of your perfect body. That exists in this universal subconscious mind. And then it's decorated by our human race beliefs, because all the human race beliefs are also in the universal subconscious mind. So you can think of one mind like an earth, and at the very heart of it is the God ideas. I am that I am. Just like in earth, at the very center of the earth, there's something there. I don't know what. What is it? Wet stuff? Magma?
Yeah.
Magma, that's wet
Core.
stuff, right? That comes out with the volcano?
Lava core.
Magma. Okay, so it's a very creative force right there in the center of the earth and in us. And then the layers of earth are Earth's beliefs, the actual planet's beliefs about itself, all the animals, all the creatures' beliefs about the history of the earth, finally humanity, right after 15 billion years of the universe, whatever. The universe is in earth, right? And then on the very surface of earth, we have the current now manifestation of all the belief that's within. So you can think of yourself as a mountain on this earth with an identity. And those are your personal beliefs that make you who you are, as opposed to my mountain, whose Karen is. But see, within that mountain, there's no bottom to it. It keeps going connected all the way down to the core. So when we do spiritual mind treatment, what we're doing is I'm at the surface of my mountain, my conscious mind, and I'm saying there's that magma. Magma? At the core of my being, the God that I am. Step one of treatment. God is that I am. I claim that. And what we are intending to do is by recognizing that infinite, pure gold of God in the center, I declare, I am that. What we're wanting is the volcanic eruption from the center to whoosh out through me and change me miraculously. Sometimes that happens in spiritual mind treatment. Sometimes the healing is instantaneous. Never say no to that as a possibility. But usually what happens is it's kind of pushing up and through all that dense stuff we've collected, and we get little inklings, little insights. But as we keep doing it, think of yourself as tunneling through all those beliefs that reside in that personal subconscious mind. You're tunneling down to the I am that I am at the very center of our being.
So releasing.
Yes.
So being drawn and then release.
Yes, that's what we're going for. So like that spiritual mind treatment is, I'm here, at the top of my mountain go, what a mess. And I'm like, I'm going to do a spiritual mind treatment to know that God is all that there is. So I'm claiming that spiritual force at the center of my being is present, and it is present in me. And then we're directing the creative law, and anything that's blocking the flow of that beautiful God substance within me is erased, evacuated, roto-rooted, gone. So boom, that spiritual truth on the inner is fully visible on the outer.
So we could use a volcano as an analogy.
Yes.
For releasing all the
hidden splendor. Yes,
Okay.
yes. The divine, again, what's creating our body? The pattern of human body is in that God substance, decorated with the human race beliefs. But we all recognize body, human. That's the divine pattern that we're seeing, and what we want to then link to is, the divine pattern is the only pattern that there is. So spiritual mind treatment isn't to change that pure magma in the center of our being. It's not even to change what I'm seeing on the outer. It's actually, spiritual mind treatment's purpose is to tell that creative law within us to remove all of my decoration, all of my belief and participation in what the human race is believing about a particular thing. Erase all that so that I experience what the divine design is for my earthly body. Let me experience what that is. And then we realize it's going to be all good. Because sometimes, wait a minute, I don't want what God wills, because God might not be wanting good for me. Or it might be suffering, right? Right, how many of you are able to surrender to God's will without a condition, without a little caveat, right? And again, that's a human race belief that God does not want all good for us. It didn't come from the divine. Something to think about, isn't it? Okay, so again, blame and shame, like if you're, oh my God, what have I created out of this beautiful essence of God within me, and I've cluttered it up with false belief and anger and fear and No. Blame, shame, guilt, it's part of the human race belief, not the God belief. So no guilt, no shame, no, you're like, I did it again. Oops, I did it again, right? We just go, oops, I did it again, and now my decision is final. Divine presence within me. I now claim my perfect health, my perfect foot, my perfect body, my perfect back. I now claim it. I'm sticking to it. And if there's anything I need to know, then make me know it. If there's anything I need to do, then impel, compel, and propel me to do it. I'm telling you, divine mind. Show your beauty as me. That's what we do. Okay, how are we doing? We're almost out of time. Was there a burning question before I finish? Burning question. Nope. Okay. So I will do a spiritual mind treatment afterwards, after our collection, and Reverend Rich is going to sing again, and I will do a spiritual mind treatment for our perfect bodies as God has designed them. Okay?
Okay.
All right, that's a deal.
Thank
Let me
you.
do now as I stick my way back to
Thank you, Dr. Karen. We're so blessed to have you with us again.
Thank you.
So we're at the part of our service where we do the offering and exercise the law of circulation. We do not give because God needs the gift, but because the giving increases, broadens, and deepens the life of the giver. Nor shall we give from the standpoint of duty, The universe refuses to bargain with us. It has already given us everything that it has. But it has also provided that the gift of life can be received in its fullness only as it flows through us to the fullness of others. For those of us at home, you're welcome to go to our website, www.cslprinceton.org. There is a donate button, and you can give to this magnificent church through PayPal.
We thank you in advance for the goodness that we share. It's our faith that lets us know the truth of the statement. We thank you from a place of perfect expectation, for with all right thought, our needs are fulfilled. And the giving is the gift for the giver and receiver. Tithing is the key that lets our blessings flow. We recognize the source of bounty and abundance. We release these words of praise unto the Lord.
The Center for Spiritual Living Princeton thanks you for your offerings and for your support. Dr. Karen.
All right, so if there's anything about your earthly body that you want healed, just decide upon that right now. So this word is being spoken for each one. I recognize now that magma deep within, I am that I am, that first cause, that creative force of all, has within itself its idea of human body expression. And its idea is always perfect, whole, and complete. And because I know this exists at the very center of each one's being, I know that this recognition of its presence is now bursting forth in ways and means of harmony and peace, as health, as wholeness, as perfection, as the all-goodness, as perfect operation, perfect assimilation, circulation, elimination. Every organ working perfectly in harmony with everything else. Every muscle, tissue, bone, sinew, all divinely designed, continuously an expression of God, the all-good, all omnipresent. There's no break, there is no separation, there is only the all I am. This is recognized right now and revealing itself right now in the physical experience and expression of each one. And if there is anything anyone needs to do, each one is guided from within to do it. If there's anything that anyone needs to change, each one is guided from within to change. So that each one is fully cooperating with the health and the wholeness that is the divine intention in creating a form of expression for each one. I am grateful that this is truth, and I release this word to the law. So grateful it is done, and we agree with it by saying together, and so it is.
Thank you.
There we go.